First of all, let me say that I am very happy to speak at the second day session of Q2B Paris. Q2B Paris, who was for the first time in Europe organized in Paris. We are very proud of that. That illustrates the force and the strength of the French ecosystem. And I would like to show you a little bit about what we have done in the last two years in France. So there was a French quantum strategy announced 2 years ago by President Macron in 2029. And I would like to recall the main organizations, how the French quantum strategy is organized. So it's a 1.8 billion investments from public and private investors, including 1 billion from the governments for 5 years, so from 2021 to 2025. We have 6 technological pillars. They are quite classical. So the first of all, we have a quantum-centric hybrid HPC. For we believe that for long term, if not forever, quantum computers would be specialized machines, specialized computing machines, so a sort of accelerators like we have more and more GPUs, more AI accelerators in HPC and in high-performance computers. We will have now and in the upcoming years and probably decades, still quantum computers or quantum accelerators inside classical HPC. That's one of our orientation in the French strategy. There are already some NISQ computers, but we also invest in developing large-scale fault-tolerant quantum computers. So even if there is some evidences about close-term or short-term advantage with NISQ quantum computers, it is a real ambition to build fault-tolerant large-scale quantum computers. Quantum sensors are beyond the technology that would have an impact in the short term. The most short-term impact on quantum technologies would come from quantum sensors on defense side, but also on civilian application like medical imagery or Earth observation. While building quantum computers, we also prepare the cybersecurity threat from quantum computers. So we also invest in developing post-quantum cryptography solutions and post-quantum cryptography regulations. Quantum communication in the sense of entanglement distribution. And enabling technologies for quantum technologies, so that are typically cryogenics, low noise electronics, lasers, and so on. We also have 4 ecosystem priorities. The first one is for evidence on workforce. There is a lack of workforce for all the quantum initiatives, the French quantum, the German, the UK, US, for all the ecosystem on the world, there is a lack of workforce. So we can try to attract people from other side, but at the end, we need more people involved within quantum technologies. We need also sound and trustful standards. It's about metrics, about benchmarks, and about the wording. So saying this, sharing the same concepts, sharing the same metrics of the quantum technologies. We also need international cooperation. So there are still scientific questions, still open scientific questions that needs international cooperation, scientific cooperation, and we need all the countries working together to leverage these problems. And one last ecosystem pillar that I lost in the slides, that I forget, is about private venture capital. We need more the private sector to be investing in such long-term and risky ecosystem, and we need incentives from the government to help the private sector investing in that. So where we are 2 years after the announcement. So we have granted 12 priority research programs for basic research that are focused on solid-state qubits, cold atoms, algorithms, and communication. We have seen in just 2 years 20% more scientific articles, and the goal is to have 50% more before 2025. I would like in this context to highlight one result from last year that was done by Cassie, Pascal, and Multiverse. They are companies, they are not academia, but in this field, companies do also research. And in this case, they have shown that they are close to a practical quantum advantage. And this is very encouraging for the whole quantum ecosystem, because there were people saying there will be a quantum winter. We have some results saying that no, we need to still believe in quantum technologies. But quantum advantage is not just about computing things faster or more accurate. It's also about energy consumption. So if we do the same things, but with order of magnitude less energy consumption, this is also a quantum advantage. And in this case, I would like also to highlight an initiative led by Alexia Ofev, who is a researcher from CNRS, calling all the quantum researchers, all the quantum companies to engage in a quantum energy initiative. And I think it's very important to look to this quantum energy advantage, potentially. Regarding the workforce, we have granted also 21 universities. This is quite impressive for us, because generally we don't receive a coordinated proposal from all the main universities in France. And we were very proud to receive a proposal from 21 universities around France to leverage the problem of workforce. And just in 2022, we have financed 25% more PhDs. And in 2023, we will have 50% more. So we'll be close to 1,000 PhDs in the pipe. We have also, on the side of post-quantum cryptography, granted 4 consortia for building hardware-efficient cybersecurity solutions. And regarding the HPC initiative, we also granted CA, INRIA, GENCI to build a hybrid HPC quantum infrastructure. And the first step was the HPC QS project, that is a European project co-founded by EuroHPC, led from Jülich in Germany. So this is the first step, and there will be other hardwares in the upcoming months and years. Regarding standards, benchmarks, there is also an initiative from LNE that would be discussed more deeply in a dedicated roundtable later. But this is the foundation for us to build a trustful benchmarks. And regarding international cooperations, we had already signed partnerships with the Netherlands, with Germany, with the US, and we have deep discussions with other partners like Canada, like Japan, UK, and South Korea. So thank you very much, and I would be happy to answer 1 or 2 questions.
Any questions out there? I have one prepared. Oh, there's a question. Great, thank you. And do we have microphones? It's coming around.
Can you hear me? Yes, hi. So I'm a representative of Danish Technical University, and I think we should also be on the list. So who should I contact? Yeah.
Myself.
Okay, I will talk to you later. Thank you.
Actually, we have also discussions with Denmark, with Finland, with a lot of countries, but I cannot say all the countries we discuss with, but yes, for sure, we can take time to discuss bilateral cooperations.
I'll ask a related follow-up question, Neil. In the COVID world, we learned that there are a lot of issues with supply chain. How much of your focus is on building up the infrastructure, production infrastructure for key components for quantum technologies in France and in Europe?
That's the one of the 6 pillars that I called enabling technologies, and actually there are some studies about the supply chain regarding superconducting qubits, regarding lasers, low noise electronics, and there are call for proposals for industrial, for SMEs that would like to have some to do R&D to adapt existing technologies to the need of quantum technologies, because these enabling technologies definitely would help also other sectors. So we should build that on existing SMEs, I guess.
Okay, thank you. One more question?
Hey, it was a really nice talk. Thank you so much for your presentation. Quick question is so we may want to think about how we can help industry to adopt quantum computing to create a value. And I know like a lot of quantum, French quantum strategy is focusing on the research and then, scientific advance. But do you guys have a government point of view over how we can deliver this quantum technology to the industry so that we can create a business and then earn the value? So
for this question, we have 2 initiatives. One is the hybrid HPC quantum initiative. There is a call for procurement for buying and installing quantum machines close to HPC in the National Computing Center of CEA. And there is a second part that is on allowing people to test some applications. And when I say people, can be industry, it can be research, and test different applications. That's the type of programs that have been done with the region Île-de-France, where CACIB, Pascal, and Multiverse build this proof of concept. That's one way we should help with having more industrial partners going into quantum computers. But we also do that with quantum sensors. Quantum sensors have been built at the beginning for defense applications. And we need to have more quantum sensor application in the civilian side, in non-destructive testing, in medical imaging, in Earth observation, and different use cases. And we support proof of concept between quantum sensor providers and other industrial partners that would like to explore what they can do with the sensors.